Hi, Pep. Sorry about that. It didn't get any easier with the new season. First of all, can you just talk us through your thoughts about Jack Grealish and with all the great attacking players you already have, where you were intending to play him?
Why? Sorry, where?
With all the great attacking players that you already have, whereabouts are you intending to play him? Where do you see him as a wide player, central? Where do you think he's best suited?
Well, first of all, good morning and a pleasure to see all of you. You included, Simon. So he can play up front, of course, mainly in the left side area. But can play in a winger, can play like a attacking midfielder, can play as a striker. So many positions with his quality. I don't have any doubts that will suit good in the way we played, and with his desire to become a top exceptional player, a better player that already he is. And yeah, he arrived with an incredible, positive things, and yeah, and ready to start to settle to the team the way we want to play, to try to know him, he can know the club, especially the players and the staff, and in the way we play, and can provide for the next years in the best age of 25, 26 years old that he has. So the best years in his career after making exceptional contribution in Aston Villa, because he did amazingly there. He can get another level with us.
What is it about him? Your team got to the Champions League final last year. You won the title. What is it specifically about him that's persuaded you to spend so much money and give him such a big contract and such an iconic shirt?
Yeah, the two things on that. So when we could spend this amount of money, there's a lot, is because we sell for almost 60 million pounds. So we could not afford it. It was not able in the last year, a little bit more, the last 13, 14 months. We sell young players for academy, for loan players for 60 million pounds. When you sell for 60 million pounds, you can afford it 100 million pounds. Otherwise, could not have been possible. That's why for that difference, we spend for him, because he's 26 years old, because he can play the next 5, 6, 7 years here. And we believe we have an incredible, huge talent. And in terms, not just in the skills and the mentality. And when the second point is that when a team in the last 4 or 5 years won a lot, because we cannot deny that we a lot, and we raise our level in Europe, and especially in the Premier League, in winning 3 in the last 4, and tomorrow able to play another title in the Community Shield, and these kind of things. We need new players with the top, not much, few players, but can rise the level of the players that are already here, that will be here. The new players, they can fight for the players that they stay here for a long time. Otherwise, after win a lot of titles, the players is difficult to continue to make a step forward. And that's why every player has to be the pressure that maybe they're going to play, arriving these type of players. And that's why we are delighted. Only I can say thank you so much for the club, from Ferran, especially Khaldoun, Ferran especially, and Chiki in all the departments to make this effort. And Aston Villa say thank you again too. Of course, Jack to choose to come here, because I'm pretty sure he could decide whatever he wants to play in other clubs, and he decided to join us. He said, I want to play with Man City. And that's why it's an honor for us to have him, and hopefully he can settle as quick as possible.
Thank you, Simon. Andy Hampson.
Hello, Pep. You've just referred there to £60 million of sales going towards the cost of Jack Grealish. There's also been speculation that there could be further departures, notably Bernardo Silva. Can you say anything about that at all, please?
Of course, he's our player. Not just Bernardo. There are 2 or 3, 4 players that they wanna leave, but they are players under contract, and when they bring some offer or someone they want to leave and his agents come here, we are open, of course, to discuss absolutely everything with all the players for the squad, but it depends on them. Otherwise, they will continue training really well and they will stay here, and I will decide if they play or don't play. But the players, for what happened the previous seasons, they want to leave. They know the open is the door is open, because we don't want anyone here unsatisfied, but they have to bring someone, otherwise they will stay here.
And the club also continues to be linked with Harry Kane. Can you say anything about that? Is there a possibility of that signing?
He's playing for Tottenham Hotspur, and if Tottenham don't want negotiate, is finish. If they are open to negotiate, of course, not. I think Man City, all the clubs, many clubs in the world want him to try to sign him. We are not an exception, but depends of Tottenham. So it's the same. It's different from Jack. Jack was really close release, and he is different. So Harry Kane is an exception, extraordinary striker. No doubts about that. Of course, we're very interested in him, but he's a Tottenham player, and if they don't want to negotiate, there's nothing more to say. If they want it, we will try. That's all.
Thank you, Andy. Fred Caldera.
Hi, Pep. Good to see you again. I'm sorry to bring you another question on your career about Messi, but of course there is a new chapter on his career. First, I would like to hear about the Pep Guardiola Barcelona supporter. How do you feel about what happened yesterday?
Well, it was looks like it finished well in terms of continue with Barcelona. At the end, it was a surprise for everyone, me included, of course. So I think the President Laporta was clear today. The reason why is, I didn't speak with the player, not the president, so I don't know what happened, but I will say that both would let continue. But when you have almost 500 or 487, 1,000,000 losers in 1 year, so the decision has been made. So unfortunately, because as a absolute supporter for my club, I would love to finish, but today the club's be sustainable is so important. But what happened in the last year was really not good, and that's why I arrived in that term. So just is an incredible, as a fan, incredible gratitude for the most extraordinary player I ever seen in my life. Much more for the titles he helps to win to Barcelona, to help me personally to be a better manager, and help me to go to Munich and after to England. But we won a lot. More than that is the incredible amount of the emotions and the feelings and the incredible actions to be in front of the TV, to watch him, what he can do with the ball, with his mates in one football game. So it was day by day, game by game, every 3 days, make something unique. So only I can say thank you so much to bring Barcelona another level, to bring Barcelona in dominate the world during a decade with him and his mates, and I of course wish him for the last years of his career the best. It will not be forgotten, that's for sure. Hopefully one day we can say the best farewell game ever, but he deserves it for his contribution, helps to do this club in another level. But if President Laporta arrive in this situation, because he should do it, unfortunately, because someone before they didn't really well, they didn't do well.
And finally, as a Manchester City manager, do you see this as an opportunity? Is it possible for you to?
We spend in 40 million pounds with Jack Grealish. 100 we pay and 60 we won in the last year. So, and he will bring the number 10. So because we were incredible convinced for Jack Grealish, and we were convinced too that Leo will continue to Barcelona. So right now it's not in our thoughts. Absolutely not.
Thank you, Fred. Don Farrell.
Hi, Pep. Just to follow on from Andy's question, you said there were 3 or 4 players, one being Bernardo, who were looking to leave. Can you give us
No.
any information on who those other players are? Or?
No. It's the club, depend of the players, the agents, and the club. So I'm not. So, but the situation is like everybody knows. So we could afford this amount of investment. Is the investment because we sell again for 60 million. If not, otherwise we could not pay. You know, because the situation all around the world is difficult. So I think every club, every English club, the top clubs can make one sign, a big sign. So if you have to sell, if you want to sign, if not, it's not possible.
And just about Jack Grealish, we've read over recent days that after England played Belgium last season, Kevin De Bruyne apparently texted you and was saying, "Oh, this guy's amazing. We should, what a player Jack Grealish is." Can you tell us a little bit about that? Those messages and conversations with Kevin about Jack.
First news I have from you. Any player came to me to say Jack Grealish is good, and we have to sign him. Any player. It was a decision for the club, alongside for the manager. It's me. The decision you have to take, and all the time. So he's a player like he's for the club for the next 5-6 years old. It happened because we could sell it before. Without the 60 million, we could not afford it, and we are more than delighted to to continue. It's a club like we arrived. This club reach one level, they want to continue to be there fighting with the top clubs in England, top clubs in Europe, know how difficult it is, and we have to try to do it. And that's why we could do it.
Okay, guys, thank you. We'll call an embargo, please, 10:30 this evening. If you could use the raise hand function if you have a question in the embargo, please.